December 20th, 2013. Guys, this is an update from a video this spring about Mount Hermon, but we're looking at where the Jordan River comes out. Many consider this to be the gates of hell. In the block, what I did was increase the resolution somewhat and brighten it so we could see down in it. And you can see the handrails coming off the right. They go down, then come back into view, then go down again into the left. I hope I don't ever have to make that trip, don't you guys? That's not going to be fun. But anyway, Christ talked about this place also, and I'm going to go into that. But notice these rocks, and notice that it's continued to collapse. Right there's a huge crack in the top right. It's like God has kept his foot on this hole. And I'll show you the differences because there's paintings back before this collapse above this cave here. Notice the door on the right. But again, Christ in Matthew 16:13 talked about this location. And I'll show you that verse. But I want to show you something here. And this is in the book of Enoch, and it said, and again the Lord said to Raphael, that's who's got the keys to the bottomless pit, guys. Bind Azazel hand and foot, cast him into darkness, make an opening in the desert, which is Duodal, and cast him therein, and place him upon rough and jagged rocks, and cover him with darkness. That's until the end times. He's going to burn in the fire. Now, when they first discovered this place, you see in the left, it said when they ascended the mountain, this is back Reginald C. Hawk Jr. in an old book, said they found the temple of Baal constructed of Herodian masonry. It said that they found loads of ash and burnt bone, which had been dumped there as a refuge from sacrifice. Now notice that cave in the top is caved in behind the building on the left, and then between the two buildings is the doorway you saw. You see that cave? And the tree line at the bottom there is where the Jordan River runs. In that area, that's the only place you're going to have that much tree growth. It's almost desert country. But look at the cave. It's cracked and continued to drop over that opening compared to the way it looks behind the building. And there's the door. But this is an artist's conception. Notice it says Caesarea Philippi. That's the artist's conception of it. Now, where have you heard that name before? You heard it in Matthew 16:13. Christ was talking about this place. It said, when Jesus came to the coast, Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And they said, some say thou art John the Baptist, some say Elias, other Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. He saith unto them, but whom say you that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. Jesus answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Barjona, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, upon this rock I will build my church, and what? The gates of hell shall not prevail it. And I will give unto thee the kings of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth, and shall be bound in heaven. Whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Christ gave us so much information about this place. Guys, in these end times, all the Bible verses are starting to open. Here's a picture of Mount Hermon, also called Mount Sirion or Mount Siri. It's called the Forbidden Place, Mountain of Snow, Hell's Gate, Mountain of Jabal the Chief. This is Wikipedia information on it. Now that it talks about it's in the buffer zone. In other words, the one world army called the United Nations protects this gate. In 73, Israel fought a war over it. It was actually 3 battles of Mount Hermon here. For some reason, I mean, it's a high location that's strategically important, but it's biblically important too. Now here, both Jacob and Moses was talking about the tribe of Dan, not Daniel, but the tribe of Dan, and described it as a lion's whelp. It said in the book of Judges, the Danites relocated to Mount Hermon, guys. You can pause that and read it. And they took on the ways of Canaan and Baal at that time. Now, if you go to Google Earth, you can pull in right here. You see there's Israel, the West Bank, Golan Heights. Come right on up. You see Damascus on the right there. The burden of Damascus. We're seeing that city destroyed. This is Mount Hermon, and I'm going to pull in, and this is called in the old books Ardus, the highest point on Mount Hermon, the highest point. This is where the fallen angels landed in the book of Enoch. It says United, it's got a UN marker on the top of that building, and that's probably a satellite radar dome there. There may even have an observatory in this location. They're watching. But guys, in the update this afternoon, I'm going to tie this into Revelation 9, and you're going to see how these end times are unfolding before your eyes and how the Bible's coming alive. Be safe.